Hi everybody, this is Chris here, and this is my first try with a GoPro Hero. Um, well, I've been watching YouTube, learning a lot, and I figured that I'm going to finally give back. So this is what I'm planning on doing. I'm going to start showing people how to build cars, build something interesting, and have no money into it. That is the $1 million question, or what a lot of people spend. They always say a good deal is, hey, I got a great deal because I spent $4,000 to rehab my Mercedes. And I sold the Mercedes for $3,000 less than what I had into it, but I still got a good deal. Sorry, that's to me, it's not a good deal. So what we're going to try and do is I'm going to give you a couple of, or I have a bunch of projects that I'm going to be doing this summer. Finally got my ducks in the row, and this is the first one right here. Is a 1956 Ford pickup. It's an F250 that I picked up in Vermont for $600. It's one thing that I drive like, it's like an 8-hour round trip, but it was kind of fun. Now let me walk over here. This, it's so bad, but it's so good. Just take a look. The actual shell, oops, sorry. The actual shell is actually not bad. Um, you can see there's tons of rust, and it's a real rat rod candidate, and it's all rotted out on the inside. What it is that it's not nice enough for me to actually restore, which is what I want, because what I did do is I bought a van with a good motor, good tranny, and so forth for 300 bucks, bought this for 600 bucks, and we're going to put them together. And we're going to get something that'll actually tow a vehicle, but it'll look slam but have actually stock ride height. That's my goal is. If it fails, it fails. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Hey, why not? But as you can see, we have, rust here, rust all down through here. It's an 8-lug rim. And a lot of this stuff is pretty much going to be the same. I'm not going to, actually I don't want to paint it because take a look at the paint. It's like real nice patina. And there we go. And take a look at the insides. Take a look inside there. I think this is going to be a cool rat rod. And as you can see, there's tons of holes and stuff like that. But that's all going to be kind of chopped, because I'm going to chop and channel the body and drop the body through the frame. So the frame rail is going to actually come up to about here. The seat, the gas tank is going to go. I'll have a different seat for it. There's a whole bunch of small things that I'm going to do. And my head's going to be getting close to the roof, but that's kind of the whole goal of keeping it looking a lot like this, but just cleaned up and nice on the inside. And one thing that I really want is I want to have heat, I want to have AC, and I want to have heated seats, but keep everything looking like it's supposed to look. And let's go down there and we'll take a look at the van, and I'll show you what that is, my $300 special, and let's just get this thing all going. All right, we're walking up here to the van. Hopefully the video will come out. But what this is I picked it up from my neighbors for $300. It's a 2000 something, early 2000s Ford van. I believe it's a 3/4 ton, has a 5.3 in it. It only has 60,000 miles original. They did all the maintenance to it. Everything's really nice. But it's so rotted out in the back, and pulling the body off is going to be a bitch because it's all rusted. Have to cut every single bolt off. Now what we got here, and the way you're going to have to do this is you're going to have to take, this is the parts vehicle that is new and has a lot of good parts on it that you don't want. I've taken every single thing off I'm putting on eBay and trying to sell, and you're trying to recoup as much money as you can and also pay off the vehicle. On a van, it's pretty tough because the parts are cheap to begin with, even new. Now, what I've already done is I've sold a bunch of doors off of this thing, and sold the seats out of it, and kind of small stuff like that. Now, what I want to keep is from the fuel tank door frame forward. That's what you want to. That's what I want to keep, or as much as I could, because that's where it's all rusted out, is in back of that. Because it actually comes with a limited slip rear end, all 8 lugs, so it's going to be great for towing. Now, I've also loaded this thing up with old water heaters and steel and metal and everything I can find. So when I pull the body off, I'm going to bring them a title. I'm going to take that old 6-cylinder that's in there that's not worth anything, throw it in here so you get more for scrap. And that way you can get, you know, what are you going to get? 75 bucks or whatever. But you get rid of a whole bunch of shit and it's gone. That's the thing is, you get rid of it, you get money for it, okay, you put it towards your ledger that you've built the car, and you lower the cost of the car. And also, one thing you got to do is, what's kind of interesting for when you're doing a house and you're trying to do different things in a house, I take all of the hinges off of these cars because they're so well beefy. They're like 200 times stronger than anything you can get at Home Depot for a hinge. And if you use car hinges, it's amazing what you can do in the house for like shelves, hidden shelves, and so forth. But that's for another segment. And you steal the Ford F250. Why not? So, and also when you do this, you're going to want the entire wiring harness, every single bit, because if I'm going to be putting AC and stereo and all the other stuff, even though it might be hidden, you want the entire harness complete. And also take all the bulbs, everything out of this thing, because you're going to be using them in that. Why spend? Actually, it's not so much the spending the money, it's having to take 3 hours to, you know, to pack up your shit, go down there, buy all the bulbs and so forth, and come back and put them in the truck. And that's just a pain. So if you're going to keep it, you have them there. If they don't work, throw them away. Go buy them. At least you tried saving yourself 3 hours of a round trip of cleaning up your tools, going down there, getting it, and coming back. So what we got to do is the next episode, I'm going to be loading, well, I'm not going to probably film cutting the bolts off of this thing, but I'll film lifting up the chassis, bringing the other one down, lifting the chassis off that, and hacking the chassis up. So till next time, have fun and create.